Hey everybody, Pip from Premier Team Building here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified of what's going on with the amazing world of Premier Team Building. We are here to help you develop your team through result-based team activities. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about staff development and accountability and the lack thereof is between a lot of companies and the development programs that they put their staff into. I'm pretty sure most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, can say that we've been sent to a team activity or a training program and the company's paid for it. We've gone, we've learned all these amazing things, and we've come back with mountains of ideas. And eventually they fall to the wayside. And then companies themselves get quite bitter and jaded when it comes to sending their staff on development because they don't see any growth. They don't see the rewards. I spent all this money and sent people away. Why am I not seeing the returns? Why are things not improving? Now, this is in one aspect where our result programs came from. We acknowledge that there's a lack of accountability and integrity in changing businesses and their team habits. It takes roughly 21 days to form a new habit. If you send a team member away on a work development program, you have to acknowledge that you are accountable for what they produce. It's not them. If you're their manager and you say, I'm going to send you away to develop these skills, it is up to you to make sure that you hold yourself accountable for the implementation of these new skills. Now, I know some of you are saying that doesn't make any sense. They're the one learning these skills. It's their responsibility. Yes, in a sense, it is their responsibility, but they need an outlet. That's where you come in. Every time you send a team members away on a course, team development, whatever it might be, book that into your calendar, book it into their calendar. 2 or 3 days after their return, have a meeting already scheduled where they're going to talk to you about what they learned and what they would like to implement and where they can see the company developing from these new skills. Before that meeting is even take place, a week or 2 weeks later, you need to have in your calendar a follow-up meeting with that person to find out how you guys are going to implement these changes. And then before that meeting's even taking place, a month or 2 months after, a month and a half after they've returned from their event, another meeting to assess how that is all going. The reason I say this is because you need to hold yourself accountable for the money that you have spent as a company developing these people. You can send them away to a team building day with us as much as you like. Say, I want to focus on morale and change these things. They come back after an amazing day with us. They've had the best day ever. They get some amazing new ideas on how they can interact with each other, with customers, and they fall back in the same old habits because no one is giving them an outlet. There's no accountability. With our results programs, that's what we do. We're on the phone weekly, fortnightly, turning up to workplaces to ensure that people are adhering to these ideas that they said that they were going to implement and that people were being held accountable for this growth. We as business owners and managers and human resources and leaders need to stop getting disgruntled when we are not seeing reaping the rewards from these development days we're setting our team on, when we're not willing to allow them the outlet to develop these skills. So as I mentioned, before they have even left, you need to have a reminder in your calendar of a meeting with these person, whoever it might be, a few days after their return to find out what they've learned. Discuss some ideas on where these can go. A week or so later, another meeting about how they're actually going to implement these. Give them time to actually work out a plan. Then after that meeting, have them a team, whatever it might be, and have them follow up with you once again to see where this development is going. It takes 21 days to form a habit. You need to believe in the change. If you want your team to change, if you want your company to grow and these people come back with some new amazing ideas, the worst thing you can do is not give them the outlet. It's a waste of money for yourself. I strongly believe that if you're not willing to actually sit down with your team members and hear about how they want to make changes, don't send them away on staff development days. You're only going to impact their morale, stifle their creativity, and not have them believe in your investment in themselves. It's a lot like you see in those movies or those cliche stories, or in reality where a parent is throwing money at a child to make a problem better. A lot of times that's where team development days or courses can be viewed by staff as well. You're only sending me away to make me happy. I want to improve my computer skills. You sent me away on a course. However, when I come back, you're not allowing me to implement anything. You're throwing money at a problem and you're not allowing me to use these new skills effectively. You're going to build resentment, and eventually people are going to actively seek out new jobs that are going to value them because of these new titles on their resumes, CVs. You need to be accountable for yourself. The first person who has to be accountable for staff development days is you, the individual who's sending their team on staff development, and then the people being sent away on them. If you also tell your team that when they return, this is what's going to happen, it's already scheduled in, the time has been made, they're going to take in a lot more at these seminars, and they're actually going to want to implement them to the business. Now, they might come back and say, honestly, I didn't really learn that much. A lot of the ideas were outdated. What we're doing is actually a bit better. We might be able to tweak a couple things, but if you still don't get any skills out of that, you still learn that maybe you're ahead of the game, that you're doing things better, and maybe you were wrong in thinking so negatively about your team in that aspect. So really, if you want to get the most out of your investment in your team, hold yourself accountable, hold them accountable, and really put in a schedule, put in practice, make this part of your business plan, your team development, your human resources plan, wherever you find it's going to fit in best. And after every team development day program, you sit down afterwards, review, implement, and execute. Because otherwise, you're throwing money at a problem that's not going to go away because you are not willing to change. And that's the honest truth about it, is that if you're not willing to sit down with your team and hear out their new ideas, you are not willing to change, and you're not willing to allow them to expand the company, and you could be the problem that's holding the team back. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you ever need any assistance to develop your team, our contact details are in the description below. Have an amazing day. Remember, your team is the one growing and pushing your business. Allow them to grow and push your business to reach new heights. Thanks.